now for a closer look at our Memorial Day weekend forecast. Tim, it's the unofficial start to summer. We've got Jazz Fest. We've got all of the Memorial Day observances. And the good news is you're not expecting any rain, right?
Well, at least I'm not expecting widespread rain, at least not this far out. And certainly, and I'm thinking all the way back to 1980 when the Jazz Festival first began, there have been times where we've, well, had some pretty significant washouts. But whether we're talking about the Jazz Festival, which is going to be right downtown, or all of the events concerning Memorial Day, specifically Monday, and of course, well, just living the salt life here in northeastern Florida and southeastern Georgia. Overall, we don't see any widespread rain. There'll be some isolated thunderstorms. We'll get to that in a bit. I wanted to enjoy these temperatures again. I mean, even without looking at the numbers, there's a clue to what it's like out there in case you've been locked inside all day. First of all, these cumulus clouds, notice there's not what we call vertical development. And then notice the blue is just a little bit bluer today. That's because there's some drier air up at about 15 and cooler air, 30,000 feet. Here's another look at it. I mean, if you've been with us for most of May, typically this time of the afternoon or evening, unless we've been hit by a thunderstorm, and we're not going to see that this evening for the next several evenings, temperatures have been in the 80s or 90s, 78 degrees right now. Dew points lower as well. Winds are pretty stout. Out of the northeast at 13, we're getting some gusts to 20. And because the waters are relatively warm, sometimes those winds blowing over the waters can pick up some showers. And I think we might see some showers later on tonight. But for now, you can be a forecaster with me. Notice the only downpours are offshore and they're headed south. They're not coming ashore. So if you have plans this evening, even if it's just walking down your neighborhood street or in the backyard, looks good over all of northeastern Florida and southeastern Georgia. A drier pattern overall is developing, at least through much of the week. So the wet system we've had, or the backside of it, here it is. And although a few isolated showers will impact us again tomorrow, the main event gradually heading away. The other main event is out over the plains, and we've seen many of those events come east and even southeastward over the last several weeks. But the main event that caused the big outbreak of severe weather over the weekend, and we'll do it again tomorrow, especially for some areas pretty close to Chicago, that's going to head northeast to Canada. And that just puts us in a drier pattern for many days to come. But first, let's talk about the temperatures. Now, we'll make it up to 84 tomorrow, but still a pretty fresh wind out of the northeast at 12 to 22. At the beaches, you're going to feel it all night tonight and tomorrow. And then over inland areas, that breeze will pick up. In fact, for many of us tomorrow, we'll see that high temperature around the noon hour. Now, there'll be a few passing isolated showers coming in, most likely out around the coast. Tuesday begins. Normally seen earliest on the sand there, sunrise 6:29, and then we begin a gradual warming process. Nice skies to see the big full moon rise as we head toward the middle part of the week. Temperatures will be heating up, so it's going to be hot for Memorial Weekend, but notice the shower and thunderstorm chances pretty low.